Welcome to a final Black Myth Wukong boss tutorial video, and in today's video we're at the end of the game taking down the Great Stone Monkey and the Great Sage of the Broken Shell. First we'll go over the build, strategies, and tips I used, and then we'll jump into the fight. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey. In order to defeat the final phase of the Great Sage, we're going to rely heavily on our ki, especially the Plantain Fan and our Big Blue Baby Spirit. And that means for our gourds, we're going to want the drink Sunset of the Nine Skies. This makes it so that whenever we drink from our gourd, we're also getting our ki back. So if we're in a jam where we need some ki quickly, we can just take a couple sips from our gourd. To help us get even more ki, we're going to want to upgrade our martial arts skill tree to have focus spinning. This makes it so that when we're using our staff, we can get more focus points, which will help us with heavy attacks, but also more hits mean more critical hits, which means more ki. As far as stances go, you're going to want to use thrust stance, because whenever we have a heavy attack we want to get off on the Great Sage, the animations tend to take way too long and he easily dodges them all. That's why we have thrust stance, but specifically the skill Deadly Dance. This makes it so that if we do have the focus points built up and we dodge the enemy, it'll quickly release an attack that he can't dodge. It's too quick for him. We're also going to be using a little bit of our smash stance too, Force Unbound specifically. We want to be able to charge up our attack while we're running around the arena. This is going to become really handy when we're hiding in Cloud Step. Speaking of Cloud Step, make sure you upgrade it all the way down to the bottom of the skill tree. Thunder Strike is a very important skill for this, as we want to be able to charge a heavy attack while we're in Cloud Step. Now let's jump straight into the fight. When the fight starts off, use one of your new 4-focus heavy attacks because its range is amazing. You can hit him from a good distance. And then after that, we're going to back off a little bit. If I get too close, I might initiate one of his attacks, and I'd like to charge up another one of these 4-focus heavy attacks and smack him with that first. This way we've already taken almost half his life away. Watch out for him turning gold though. If you hit him then, he's going to grab you. The Stone Monkey also has his own set of spells. Here we can see him using a Cloud Step-like ability where he disappears and tries to come back at me. But we also brought some spells like the Big Blue Baby, who's now fully upgraded and does a ton of damage. The Stone Monkey doesn't seem to be that hard of a fight to start off with. We're able to get in tons of hits, and his moves are pretty televised so we can get out of the way in time. Keep a little bit of a distance, charge up another 4-focus heavy attack, and you'll take him out in no time. When the Stone Monkey swaps over to these lightning attacks, he does these big AoE attacks that look scary, but they're not that hard to dodge and jump over. Stay close and get in attacks. Now he's going to swap over to frost attacks. This is where I would get some distance. When you see him start picking up a rock, this is a slow attack that can easily be punished. You just have to make sure to roll behind him before the rock lands. Don't forget to keep an eye out for when this guy turns gold. He can do it in this phase too, and if you hit him when he turns gold, he's going to try to grab you, and if he does, he's going to slam you around a bunch and you're going to feel a little silly. Cloud Step is a great tool in this fight. You can use it to get out of a jam, and it leaves a decoy behind for him to focus on, but make sure you upgrade it to charge heavy attacks. Then we can use one of our new 4-focus point attacks on him. The Stone Monkey also has the ability to use the Pluck of Many spell. Luckily though, it doesn't do many, it just makes one duplicate, but this is still tough. We're going to try to charge up a 4-focus heavy attack and hit them both with it. Now let's even this fight out by transforming into our own Stone Monkey and using the Pluck of Many spell. If you don't have the Stone Monkey transformation, you need to go defeat Erlang. I'll leave a link to my video in the description below on exactly how to defeat him. Now, like I was mentioning, it's time for us to pull our own buddy out of our ear, and then we can team up against these guys. And don't worry about defeating both of these guys. Just like your Pluck of Many spell, eventually one of these guys is going to wear out and disappear also. Then we can focus on one monkey. After his lightning AoE attack, he disappears into Cloud Step, so we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to charge up a full heavy attack. The other relic you want to make sure you bring is the Plantain Fan. Using this will not only stop his attacks, but push him into a corner so you can finish this fight off. And that, my friends, is how a monkey beats a stone monkey. But we're not done yet. Now we gotta defeat the Great Sage. Now we're up against the Great Sage's Broken Shell, and we're going to start off with a full 4-focus heavy attack. Charge it up and launch it from a distance so he can't retaliate. We're going to back up a little bit and do this same attack. When you see him do a ring of fire like this, there's a good chance he's going to throw his staff at you in a little bit, so be ready to dodge it or activate your attack. If you can lure him out of his ring of fire while you're charging up an attack, that's ideal, but just make sure you don't get too close or he'll get you. As long as you don't get too close, you can finish this phase of the fight off with these attacks, but once you get the last one in, he takes his powers back and the real fight begins. Now things are getting really serious. You might notice that the Great Sage just took away some of the abilities you've been collecting this game, and now he's using these giant attacks against you instead. But don't worry, I'm going to show you how we can still defeat him. The first thing we're going to do is go into Cloud Step, and then we're going to use our Plantain Fan. Once that connects, we're going to do Unveiling Strike to come out of Cloud Step, and then lead into your traditional combos. As these combos land, keep an eye out for this tornado ending, because the second it does, that's when you want to use your big blue baby spirit to knock a ton of health off. That string of combos took a good 25% of this guy's health away, so we need to land that a few more times in order to win. But for now, we need to back off and get in some staff spins so we can recharge our Plantain Fan and Cloud Step. And while we're waiting for our skills to recharge, we've built up 4 focus points. Now the animation on this attack takes too long unless you're in thrust stance, then it'll land. After that, we're going to back up a little bit, go back to dodging and getting in as many staff spins as we can to build up some ki and get our Plantain Fan back. You also want to watch out for this guy to turn gold, that's still a thing. Now that we've got our Cloud Step ability back, let's use that. And we're close enough to where we can use our gourd to get the rest of the ki we need, because our gourd is set up to give us ki every time we take a sip of it. That's how we're going to get the Plantain Fan back in time to hit this guy and then use Unveiling Strike once that connects, and then we want to go straight into our traditional combos. Landing these combos while keeping an eye out for the tornado to end so we can hit him with the big blue baby. We've got our Cloud Step ability back now, and you're going to get the Cloud Step ability a lot more often than the Plantain Fan, so don't feel like you have to use it with the Plantain Fan, you can just use Cloud Step. And here I switch to the Smash Stance so I can charge up a heavy attack while running around and have time for the animation to get off and hit him with the Smash Stance. Then it's back to dodging and staff spinning. Wait a minute, how come this guy can ride the Nimbus Cloud in the middle of the fight? We couldn't ride the Nimbus Cloud, that's not fair at all. Since we're waiting for our abilities to recharge again, let's use our transformation into the Stone Monkey. Cloud Step is ready, but not the Plantain Fan, but that's fine. We don't need to combo all those together at this point, as health is low enough. But while we're in Cloud Step, we're going to switch to Smash Stance so we can charge a heavy attack while running around and have time for the animation to get off and attack him. Next, the Great Sage does his Ring of Fire. Back up when he does this. You want to get away from him, and hopefully you can lure him outside of the ring so he doesn't get all the benefits from it. Now we're close enough to where we can start chugging our gourd to get enough ki to finish this with the Plantain Fan. Now we've drinking enough to get enough ki to use our Plantain Fan one last time, and once this one connects, even though we don't have Cloud Step, we're safe to get in there and start doing our traditional combos, keeping an eye out for when it's time to use the big blue baby, if we have to. And that, my friends, is how a monkey beats Black Myth Wukong. This series has been fun to make. I appreciate you joining me. And if you have any other questions, tips, suggestions, or strategies for this fight, please leave them in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey.